A man buys a beer at a convenience store, walks past police, and there is no reaction. Public drinking carries a $25 fine in New York, and in London, it is treated as a public order offense. In Tokyo, it is completely normal and completely legal. Japan has things that would get you arrested elsewhere, and most people do not know how many. Number 1, Japan's approach to public drinking rewrites the rules most people take for granted. There is no national law against walking down a Tokyo street with an open beer, or sipping sake during cherry blossom season in Yoyogi Park. The police are not interested unless things get rowdy. What matters is not the drink, but the disturbance. In cities like New York, a single can in the open means a $25 fine. In London, it is a public order offense, with officers ready to issue a penalty or even confiscate your drink. Japan, on the other hand, relies on social order, concepts like haji, the sense of shame, and seiken, the watchful gaze of the community. These unwritten rules keep most people in check, so statutory bans are rarely needed. You can drink on a park bench, just do not host a karaoke contest. The result is a legal landscape where what is normal in Tokyo could get you ticketed or detained almost anywhere else. In second place, Japan's alcohol vending machines take convenience and trust to a level that sounds almost fictional. Across the country, about 5 million vending machines dot city corners and rural roads alike. Among them, thousands are stocked with beer, chuhai, and other alcoholic drinks, available around the clock. Some machines feature minimal age checks, often relying on an honor system or a simple IC card, but many are positioned in plain view, left completely unattended. In Tokyo, local ordinances require timers to shut off alcohol sales at night, but these measures are self-imposed and lightly enforced. In most of the United States and the European Union, unmanned alcohol sales are banned outright. No machine, no loophole, no exception. The result in Japan is a retail model built on social trust, where buying a cold beer from a vending machine at midnight is just another Tuesday. That number sounds fake. It isn't. Third on our list, pachinko turns Japan's strict gambling ban into a national pastime without ever calling itself gambling. Under Article 185 of the Criminal Code, betting for cash is illegal, yet more than 12,000 pachinko parlors light up the country, each one humming with the sound of steel balls. Here's the legal sleight of hand. Players buy balls, win more balls, then exchange those for prizes, never cash, at least not inside. The real trick comes next. Just outside, a separate booth takes those prizes and quietly swaps them for money. Because the cash never changes hands on the gaming floor, the law is technically unbroken. This three-step dance of ball, prize, and cash fuels an industry worth over 23 trillion yen a year, far outpacing Las Vegas or Macau. In Japan, it is officially just a game. Everywhere else, that is what they call a loophole. Number 4. Tokyo's nightlife runs on a different clock, one that does not have to stop. Until 2015, a law dating back to 1948 made it illegal for clubs and bars to allow dancing after midnight, a holdover from post-war fears about public morality. But those days are gone. The legal reform swept away the midnight curfew, and now bars in districts like Shinjuku's Golden Gai or Shibuya's basement clubs can keep their doors open until sunrise, or until the last customer finally calls it a night. In most Western cities, strict last call rules force venues to shut down alcohol service by 2 or 3 in the morning, with police patrolling for violators. In Japan, the only real limit is the stamina of the crowd, which might be never. Number 5. Adult manga occupies a legal gray zone in Japan that leaves many foreign visitors stunned. Walk into an ordinary bookstore in Shibuya or Osaka, and you will find explicit comics, some with content that would be seized on site in London or Sydney, lined up next to mainstream magazines. The reason lies in how Japanese law draws the line. Article 175 of the Penal Code targets obscenity, but courts have carved out a distinction between stylized, fictional drawings and real photographic images. A drawing is a drawing. As long as the art is recognizably unreal or exaggerated, it is generally left alone, even if the themes are explicit. In the United Kingdom or Australia, similar manga are often banned outright, classified as illegal under laws designed to restrict extreme or suggestive imagery, regardless of whether it is real or drawn. Even some states in the United States have prosecuted people for possession of explicit comics. In Japan, the shelf is open, the law is silent, and the difference between fiction and reality is sharper than most would expect. Number 6. Host clubs turn paid companionship into a mainstream form of entertainment in Japan, without ever crossing the legal line into solicitation. Customers pay for conversation, flattery, and the undivided attention of sharply dressed hosts or hostesses, sometimes spending thousands of dollars in a single night. There is no requirement for physical contact. There is no expectation of anything beyond drinks and talk. This legal distinction has powered a multi-billion yen industry, with over 200 official investigations recorded in 2024 alone. The government's approach is evolving. A law passed in 2025 now targets coercive debt practices, aiming to curb exploitation while leaving the core business model intact. In most countries, paying for non-intimate companionship in a bar setting would be regulated as prostitution or banned outright. In Japan, it is a licensed entertainment service. The line between nightlife and the law is drawn with surprising precision. Just do not ask for credit if you cannot pay the tab. Number 7. Japan's approach to indoor smoking remains a curious relic in a world moving rapidly towards smoke-free spaces. While the 2020 Health Promotion Act brought a wave of new restrictions, the law carved out generous exceptions. Small bars and izakaya that opened before April 2020 can still let patrons light up at the table. Designated smoking rooms in hotels and certain restaurants are perfectly legal, provided they display the right signage. The irony is hard to miss. Step outside with a cigarette in some Japanese cities, and you might face a fine for walking and smoking on the street. Sit down inside a tiny neighborhood bar, and the ashtray is practically an invitation. This patchwork of rules creates a landscape where indoor smoke is tolerated in legacy venues, even as outdoor air is patrolled for stray embers. In most Western countries, the idea of lighting up indoors is unthinkable. In Japan, it is just another night out, unless you are caught on the sidewalk. Number 8. Inamuri, public napping, turns heads everywhere except Japan. On a Tokyo train, it is perfectly normal to spot commuters dozing in their seats, briefcase balanced on their lap, or students catching a few minutes of sleep on a park bench. Far from being seen as lazy, inamuri signals diligence, a person so committed to work or study that they simply ran out of steam. There is no national ban on sleeping in public spaces, and no police patrols rousting nappers from benches. In the United States, by contrast, laws against vagrancy and laws against camping are enforced in dozens of cities. New York's quality of life ordinances and similar statutes in San Francisco or Los Angeles can mean a summons, a fine, or even arrest for anyone caught sleeping on a subway or in a park. In Japan, a quick nap in public is just another sign of a society that treats shared space as a place for trust and rest. Number 9. Japan's vending machines turn the idea of unmanned retail into something almost surreal. Hot bowls of ramen, live crabs, fresh eggs, and even edible insects. These aren't urban legends, they are part of the daily landscape. A quick stroll through a Tokyo suburb can reveal a machine quietly humming with fresh sashimi or a box of strawberries kept perfectly chilled. Some machines dispense live beetles for schoolchildren, while others serve piping hot meals 24 hours a day. In much of Europe or the United States, food safety laws and animal welfare codes would shut these down instantly. The European Union's hygiene regulations demand strict licensing, temperature logs, and human oversight for anything perishable or alive. In the United States, selling a live animal from a machine could land a business with a hefty fine or worse. In Japan, the secret is relentless maintenance. Crews restock and clean the machines multiple times a day, and the public's trust keeps the system running smoothly. The result is a kind of retail wonderland, where the only real limit is your appetite or your sense of adventure. And finally, in first place, Japan's Metabo law turns private waistlines into a matter of public policy. Since 2008, every company and insurer is required to measure the waists of employees aged 40 to 74 each year. The cutoff is 85 centimeters for men and 90 centimeters for women. Anyone over the line is sent for mandatory counseling, with follow-up sessions and medical referrals if targets are not met. The law does not fine individuals, but it does penalize organizations. A company can face up to 3 million yen in annual fines if too many staff miss their checkups or fail to slim down. These measurements are logged, tracked, and reported to the government, creating a national database of body sizes. Japan's obesity rate remains among the lowest in the developed world, but critics warn of privacy risks and discrimination. In most countries, collecting this kind of health data would trigger lawsuits or outrage. Here, it is a state-mandated routine, one more reminder that every society draws the line between public good and personal freedom in its own way. Across all 10 examples, one truth stands out. Legality is shaped by culture, not just law. What's mundane in Japan can be a crime abroad. These contrasts remind us that normal is never universal. It is written by history, trust, and the society we call home. Which one surprised you most?